Hello, I hope you're having a great day. So I wanted to jump on and just give you an update on what I'm doing. I've been feeling a little under the weather, so I didn't video all of my seed starting, but if anyone was following along, I wanted to make sure I updated you on what I've been doing. So I did start another succession of bells of Ireland, and I just did the same method I did last time. I just sprinkled all the seeds on a damp paper towel, put them in a Ziploc baggie, and they're sitting in my fridge right now. So in about a week, I will take those out and put them on the heat mat. The first succession of bells of Ireland, I kind of messed up. They're still growing, but some of them did die because my plug for my heat mat was actually on the cold floor. So the heat mat was just heating them up all day and getting them way too hot. I saved some of them, but some of them did not make it. But that's okay. I have another succession going, and there's still quite a few in the trays. I'm guessing I probably have 100, which is a lot of plants. So we will just follow along and see how those go. I did, while I was kind of feeling under the weather, I kind of researched some of the varieties that didn't do well for me last year. Stock was one of those varieties. And I did see that in zone 5, it's better to start your successions of stock in January. And I was always starting mine at the end of March. So maybe that's why it's been doing so bad. So what I did is I hurried up and I just did, I think, 3 or 4 trays of stock. That way, I might have a chance at getting them if it stays cool enough. But this other flower farmer in zone 5 had said that it just heats up too soon. So they start doing successions in January and they end around March 15th. And it was Pepper Harrow. I'm not trying to keep anybody's name out or anything. I don't want to name drop either. But they said that then they start in January and they go through March 15th. And so I thought, well, it's about March 15th, so I guess I can start like the last succession, and if that works next year, I already put a reminder on my calendar to look into if I want to start stock that early. I did start 2 or 3 trays of Status. I started 3 trays of sweet peas. That's another one. They started in around January, and I was always starting it around this time of year. In zone 5 here in Iowa anyway, we do have a really short window for cool season flowers. It gets hot real quick, so the ground thaws out. Oh, there's so many ducks. There's a white duck with a black head. Or it's a goose. Look at them all. I think the geese have returned. So the ducks fly away, but usually the geese stay when we get down there. So anyway, sorry I get sidetracked. The ground thaws. So like today, all the snow melted yesterday, and now today's going to be 50, and then the rest of the week gets down to like 17 at night, 30 during the day. So it's still going to be freezing cold. And then it looks like next week I saw 3 days that are like 50, 50, 50, and the nighttime temperatures are above 32. So that's when I start thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to be able to get my cool flowers out, because I want those ground temperatures at night to be above freezing, and then the day temperatures to be cool. But the problem with that is very soon it will be very hot here. So it's a very tiny window. And so they start their sweet peas in January and get them going in trays, and then they put them out after the ground is done freezing. It might still freeze, some nights, and you can cover them or put them in a hoop house or whatever. But for the most part, that's what they do. Shoot, the geese left today. Usually they don't mind us walking around. But anyway, so I started the sweet peas, and then I'm also going to start 3 trays of dianthus, which is a perennial, and I think I'm going to start another perennial row over in my second annual field this year and see how it starts to do. So that is what I've been busy doing on the flower farm. I know it's a short update. Like I said, I wasn't feeling the best, so I just got my seeds planted, put them under grow lights, and I wanted to come on and let everybody know what I was planting. So since I talked to you last, I did a succession of bells of Ireland. I planted my stock, I planted my Status, I planted sweet peas, and I'm going to start this today. So that's what's going on in the flower farm. Last year I had noted on my calendar that this was the day that I started my field cleanup, and I was getting ready to have my garden tilled right away. But this year, the section of land that actually needs tilled is for zinnias, and I don't really need that tilled until the ground temperature is going to be around 70 degrees all the time. So I can till it a little bit later than I did last year. I think this year I'm just gonna go through and put some fertilizer in the holes and replant in them and see how that goes without tearing everything up and retilling. I don't really know. I don't see a lot of people do it that way. There might be a reason for that, or it might work out great. So if you follow along, you'll find out if that's a good method or not. But anyway, I also need to check my ranunculus today. Since I wasn't feeling well, I didn't come out here, and I don't know, those might be goners. The mice had gotten them anyway, so I didn't know how well they were gonna do. So that'll be a surprise when we get into the house. And then I haven't been watering or doing anything with the lupine that are in the cold frame. I'm not sure. They never germinated. I never saw any life out of those. And honestly, I didn't get out here and probably keep them watered like I should have. So that was kind of a failed test, but I guess you'll have that sometimes when you're flower farming. Anyway, I will show you an update of all my plants in my grow room when I get back. Show you all of the new stuff I've planted. It looks like I do have tulips popping up in this row. Quite a few of them, but not all of them. I don't know what that's gonna mean. It's kind of early and it gets really cold next week. Hopefully they make it. Oh wow, they're actually rooting. Some of them are upside down, I think, because of the mouse. But that's interesting. They still rooted, even though they're upside down. Oh, and I even have some green. I think I'm gonna take these home and put them under grow lights, maybe. Hey. I'm so shocked that anything's even happening with them. That's awesome. Well, maybe I have a couple lupine. It looks like I need to water them though. Oh, look, there's another one. So there are a couple. Definitely need watered. But what's really weird in these other ones is I don't know, like all the seed shells are here, but no plants. So that's weird. The other one's like that too. Maybe they're just too dry. Huh. So the grow room is almost full. I do need to replace 2 lights up there. The little snapdragon started coming out today, so I took off the humidity dome. There's a lot of them. I won't go through all of them. These sunball crespedias, I took off the humidity dome because they were looking really weird. Like they were damping off already, like that. I don't know, but then others look like fine. So I don't know about those. And then all of my yarrow is spotty, but it's older seed. And this cerise queen, I feel like the seed wasn't good because I have 1 plant, and all my other yarrow has pretty full trays. I have some succulents growing. I might sell at the farmer's market. And then my ranunculus I did bring in, and I moved some of it and recovered it with dirt so that they were the right way. My lisianthus, my eucalyptus. I did notice today my Dusty Miller was starting to germinate. Little green, but not all the cells, so I'm leaving the humidity dome on that. I did put some ranunculus here. I might move those to the cold frame out there and see if they grow. And then I had some petunias, and then that yarrow did really well. Here are my little bells of Ireland. They're looking okay, but I'm letting them dry out a little bit because I think they were too wet. Like, they were starting to dampen off, and some of them didn't make it because it just got too hot. But down there is my entire row of stock, status, dianthus, oh yeah, and my little seeds of delphinium are not germinating in the bags, so I'm thinking I might put them in dirt and see how they do, because that doesn't seem to be working. But as you can see, I can put two trays up there. That one's full, that one's full. 2 trays, that one's full, 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 full. 1 tray, 1 tray, and then 2 trays up here. And some of this, like the lisianthus and stuff, when it starts warming up, is going to go to the cold frame, which will make more room for other things I have to start. So I hope everybody is having a great day. I hope a lot of you are probably in your planting seasons, so you're busy, and I wish you all the best growing all the flowers this year. Have a great day. I hope to see you in the next one.